Welcome to Alicia Today. So today I want to go over with you guys how to engrave on a pint glass. You guys seen a video of me doing this before, but I need to make a bunch of these for a big order that I have. So I want to try to get the settings so that it could take the least amount of time is my hope, because it seems like it took a little bit too long for me because I have to make a bunch of these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try out some different paints and do some test arrays just to see if it makes a difference. So I have a few things I want to test out. I have this, these I all purchased from Michael's. This one I got from the Dollar Tree, but these I got on sale at Michael's. So I'll show you guys all of those. And then at the Dollar Tree, I also got some of these chalk pens. Let's see. So I wanted to show you guys those. Oh, and then also from Michael's, I got some of these foam brushes. So I was gonna try to use these to see if this will be easier to paint than using like a paintbrush, which I don't think I have in front of me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a glass. This one has stuff on it. I might use this to do a different video I was thinking of for like how to stain your etching or engraving on the glass. But anyways, so I'm gonna get fresh glass and I'm gonna use one of these to do all the testing on. So I'm gonna use this Dollar Tree paint. So it's premium acrylic paint. It's just black. And then I have this from Michael's, I think it's called Craft Smart. This color is nickel. It looks like it says on here. And it's a metallic acrylic paint. And then it's covered with the things up there, and I got it on sale, so I'm just gonna try this out. This is another one of the same brand, but this one is called 10 for the color, and it's a metallic acrylic paint. And then I have some other paint I got on sale at Michael's, and this one is just an espresso color, so like a darker brown. And then they had different colors of these chalk pens, but I just got this one, and I don't think it says color on here, but it looks like it's just like a silver color, and this is from the Dollar Tree. I got some other paint too, but I'm not quite sure if it'll come off of the glass, so I'm just gonna stick with these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors or paints that I'm gonna test, and then we're gonna put them on the glass. So if you guys are interested in seeing how this turns out, please stay tuned and watch the full video so you guys can see my whole process. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean off the glass. I got some alcohol. And I'm just gonna clean it off just to get like any dust. Okay. Alright. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open all of these paints, and I'm gonna go get a little paint palette, and then I'm going to start painting onto the glass in different areas. So I got my brushes ready and my pen, and I have a Sharpie just to write like which one is which when I put on the glass. And maybe I'll try to etch it in there as well. So this is the chalk writer. It looks like just like a little thick marker. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm just gonna pick a spot on the glass, and I'm gonna put that on there. So this looks pretty thick. I don't know how easy this is going to be able to come off. I'm just gonna try to get a big enough space to where I feel like I will be able to get like a good way to determine if this is a good fit. But I don't know if I really like putting this on. It doesn't seem as easy. So there's one side. Okay. So then that's how this one looks. Okay. And I'm just gonna put these, I have this labeled for black, the espresso, nickel, and tin. So I'm just gonna put them each in their own spot. Shake them up to make sure that the paint is good in there. And this one is the tin. This one is nickel. The tin and the nickel actually look pretty similar. The nickel looks a little bit more silver. And then the brown. Okay. So I'm gonna test these out, see how these work. Let's put some black. And I didn't wet the paintbrush before I started, so I'm gonna see how that works. So you guys don't have to sit through this whole thing. I'm going to paint all of the sides, label them, and then I'll come back to you what it looks like before we move on to the next step. Okay, so I had a little bit more space. So I was thinking of using some white. So this is the same. This is from Dollar Tree. It's the same brand as this black one, and it's just white. So I wanted to see what would happen if I use white. Okay, so I got one more space, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Is it gonna fit right here? I think so. I think I'm gonna use like framing for this. Try not to get too much paint on my hands. I think I'm gonna try to use framing to make sure I just try to get right in the spot. So we'll do that once I get to that step. Just get this white paint on. Some of them I didn't label what they were because it's kind of obvious, like, you know, the brown is brown, the black is black, the white is white. I really just did the tin ones. Okay. So let me show you. So I have the cup just painted. The brown, nickel, tin. Try not to do too much, but then those are just like all the colors. I'm gonna sit and let that dry, and then we'll move on to the next step. Once you're in xTool Creative Space, you can leave this on laser flat. I know it's cylindrical, but I see that if you do cylindrical, it doesn't let you do like the framing. And I want to do the frame, or I should say not the framing, the start marking, because I want to mark exactly where I want to do the engraving. So let's see how this works. If not, I'll try the cylindrical, but I just want to be able to mark it where exactly I want it to engrave. So leave it on laser flat. I'm going to do user defined material, and then I'm going to go over here to shapes, and I like to use hearts for my test grid array. So what you want to do is you want to make sure this is in the setting that you want to do your test in. So this is in score, but I wanted to engrave, so I'm going to push engrave. Then I'm going to go to Array, Materials, Test Array. I'm just going to leave it at the settings that it has on here. And so then I'll wait to size this once the excuse me, sorry, I was looking at something. I was trying to make sure it wasn't set everything to 0. It says it's manual setting multiple values. Okay. So once I get the glass onto the RA2 Pro Rotary Attachment, and then I'll size it based off the framing that I do for each portion that we're going to do the test array on. Okay, so let's move on to that part. So I just want to tell you guys right now, I have it on with these. I'm going to switch it out to use these in order to hold the glass. So I think that was the screw for it. So if you are interested in seeing that, then keep watching. If not, you can skip through this part. But I'm going to change this out so that I can put the attachments to put the glass on. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you turn off your S1. And then you're going to unplug it. And then I gotta make sure I put this one back on. I usually have my husband do this because for some reason I can't put this on right. All right, so then I take this part off. I was using this one when I was doing like a stainless steel tumbler. So hopefully it's enough light right here so you guys can see. So I usually just lift it up, and then I'm just gonna take these off. I have a little box that I keep everything in. Okay. I'm going to turn the light back on to this. It's not plugged in, but just so you guys can get a better view. All right, so then what you're going to do is make sure you have the right tool for this. And then I do the same thing. I just lift it up, and I'm going to add these onto there. And this is magnetic, so it should pretty much stay where you need it to. Let's see. So I'm just going to do this for all sides. I'm putting it on these two right here. So not the first and the last, but the two that are like in the middle. Okay, so now I have it all set up. So there's going to be a couple of things I do before I put the tumbler on there. Or not the tumbler, the glass on there. So right now it's not plugged in. I'm just kind of making it go closer a little bit. Okay, so I have my glass with all the different, so I have the black, the tin, the brown, the white, the nickel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here and tighten it. So hopefully it's on there tight enough, because one time I've had it where it kind of like fell off. So you'll see if that occurs, but hopefully it doesn't. So what you want to do now is I'm going to do this surface first, and this one is the chalk pen, the silver chalk pen. But what I want to do first is make sure that it's level. So I'm going to put that on there. And then what I use to level it out are just like some pieces of acrylic I cut out to make a jig for my wallet bottle holders. And I just keep stacking these up until it gets even. So I'm going to put these on this side. And as you can see, it's even now. I should say it's level. So I'm going to turn this back off before I plug it in. So you just plug it in up here at this front spot. And I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, so now we're just going to do the framing. So you just want to make sure this looks straight to you. So to me, it looks like it's straight. Sometimes I put this over it just to see if it looks like it goes straight. All right, so first you want to get the distance. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the laser right above your glass, which has already been leveled out. And then you're going to hit this distance. This is going to measure the distance from your material to the laser. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to start marking. So you're going to hit this start marking. I like to do rectangle. Start marking. And then what you're going to do is you're going to position it for your first area. So I'm just going to do right there. And then I'm going to hit. And then I'm going to go over on this side. And I'm going to go down this side. And I'm holding the camera as I'm doing this, so if it seems a little wobbly, sorry. Looks good to me. Okay. So now it's showing the space that got marked. So I'm going to push end marking. Done. And so I'm going to have to fit this into that area. So I'm going to take this. And size it down. Hopefully this is going to be big enough to be able to see. So I'm just trying to fit it inside of this box. Okay, once it seems like it's good, then I'm going to hit. I'm going to go out of here just to make sure it still has all the settings. I'm going to click this, and it still has the engraving settings and everything. So I'm going to click out, and I'm going to push process. It's showing me this is what it's going to do. I am going to then come over here and close this lid. And then I am going to push start. Okay, and when it's ready, I'm just going to hit this. Make sure you have on your safety goggles before you start. So I'm going to grab those. So we're going to see how long it takes to the smaller area. it's almost 5 minutes. And this is where we are. So I'm gonna do the same process for all, was it 6 colors now? Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 5. No, it's 6. For all 6. And then I'll get back to you guys with the results. I might do a couple of videos here and there so you guys can see how it's going for each one of the colors. So far, 3 down. I am now on the nickel. So far I have done the, which one was it? I did this one first, the chalk writer. And then I did the white paint, and now it's on the nickel. So it's taken a little over 9 minutes to do each one, so we're going to be going to the 4th one now. This is the brown paint, or the espresso. Alright, 2 more left. So right now I'm doing the black acrylic paint, and then lastly I'm going to do the tin metallic paint, and then I'll show you the end results after. Alright, so this is the last one, and this has taken for all 6 about an hour, about 10 minutes each. So almost done. Alright, so it's all done. I loosened it. So I just want to show you guys me taking it off. Alright, so this is the end result. This is that chalk marker, white paint, black paint, both from the Dollar Tree, acrylic paint. And then this was from Michael's. This is the tin metallic paint from Michael's, the brown, Michael's nickel. And so now we're just going to rinse it off. So I'm going to see if it just rinses off with water. If not, someone recommended using the magic eraser. So I bought one of these, and I know it's super dirty. I just use it to wipe off a stainless steel engraved tumbler that I just did. So don't mind that. Actually, I'll try to rinse it out a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to wet this. I have it on like hot water. So I'm just rinsing it just to see. If it'll just come off with just water without me having to use anything. And it looks like it is. Actually, you know what? Is this coming off too? Yeah. So what I want to do real quick is I'm going to try to write on here real fast before I rinse everything off so that I don't lose what is what. Because I didn't think about that. So give me a second. Okay, so I wrote down everything. So hopefully they don't wash off while I'm trying to get it off, but I just wanted to try to... So it looks like I might need to use the magic eraser, especially for these. Okay, so for this tin and the nickel, the metallic paint, it seems like it's not wanting to come off with just water. So I'm going to try to use the magic eraser. All right, so it looks like that's coming off with the magic eraser. See? So I'm gonna come back to you after I scrub this off with the magic eraser. You see how it's coming off? And then we'll look at everything once it's done. Okay, so here's the end. I have it in my lap since I have like a black background. Let's see, can I zoom out a little bit? Okay, so this one's the brown. And I feel like it did okay. Of course, those first ones didn't really show up that well. And then once it started getting higher power faster, it starts cracking. So that's the brown. And then, let's see, nickel is right here. So you can see it says nickel. And it looks like it didn't show any of the, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could barely see this one right here. But this one looks cracky and I don't like how this looks. So no to the nickel. Plus, I don't like how that metallic paint did not come off when I just washed it with water. I had to literally scrub it with that magic eraser. And so this one's the chalk from the Dollar Tree, that chalk pen. And same thing, it's all cracky and I don't like how that looks either, so no. This one is the white paint from the Dollar Tree. And actually this one looks good. It looks like most of the hearts showed up. The lower speeds and the lower power didn't really show up right here. You can't see anything. But I feel like this looks good. It looks cracky up here, but if you look at like all of these down here, to me, all these look like these are decent to try. And then the black paint, acrylic paint. And this is the one I've been using in my videos. I feel like this is the best one because if you could see, it literally has every single one except for the 4 right here, but it literally has almost every single row, so it's only missing 4. That's the black, and this one is the 10, same thing. That paint barely came off, and it's that metallic one from metallic paint from Michaels. Same thing, it's all cracky and stuff. I don't like that. I think, did I go over all of them? Yes. So I would say the brown, it's iffy, but I still feel like it looks decent. So the brown looks decent. If you want to try the brown acrylic paint, I would say no to both the metallic paints for nickel and tin, because you see on the opposite side, that's the other one. Like, those don't look good at all. Let me see if I can get it closer. Those do not look good at all. And then the chalk paint, same thing, does not look good. All cracked. The white paint, I feel like that's a good choice too. Let me zoom in. I feel like the white paint looks good. This is from the Dollar Tree white paint. So try this one. 10. Oh, I already said no to that one. Black. Let me try to get a zoom in on it. And those look good to me too. Probably maybe have to do like a couple of passes. But for the most part, I feel like that looks good. And then brown. So I would say if you guys want to try paint, it looks like the acrylic paints work, not the metallic ones, but like acrylic and brown, black, and white. So if I were you guys, I would try that. And just see if you can pick one that you like the best from the array and then try those settings. So thanks for watching today. Stay blessed. Take care. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.